Hello and welcome to Isaan Flicks. Today I shall continue my motor scooter ride around Warin Chamrap District here in Ubon Ratchathani province, Thailand, in the region known as Isaan. And I shall talk briefly about the transformation of life here in Isaan I have seen during my time living in Thailand. Over the past 30 odd years or so, a transformation has occurred in the lives of the people of Isaan here in northeast Thailand. Isaan peoples have been historically regarded and even ridiculed as simple peasants, or something like the American rednecks, concerned only with growing enough food to feed themselves. However, they have embraced the marketplace and thrived, setting off a cascade of changes, including increased education. Though agricultural advances allowed a shift from subsistence to entrepreneurial farming, off-farm employment has become more common. These transitions have been accompanied by a shift from a village-concentric social system to a more broadly connected social network. These resulting changes have dramatically altered the social fabric, including demography, the social organisation, culture, health, education and employment, as well as aspirations and the identity of Isaan people. This transformation is still in progress, but given the willingness of the Isaan people to embrace change, the increasing globalisation of the region can be expected to continue. It has to be said, the northeast region, Isaan, covers 1/3 of the kingdom's land area and is home to 1/3 of Thailand's total population. The mostly Lao-speaking inhabitants, as I've said before, have historically been subsistence-orientated rice farmers, characterised by the Thai elites as poor and unsophisticated, ignorant peasants who sold their votes to the highest bidder because they lacked the education and values needed to be good citizens. In fact, however, the Isaan villagers have never been the simple peasants conceived of in the elite's imagination. Today, their life as farmers is even more removed from that persistent historical stereotype due to a process of very rapid change, one that has broadened their economic base and provided greater profits and increased social mobility. This process is referred to by social scientists as an agrarian transformation. This involves a market restructuring of agriculture from subsistence-orientated to market-orientated farming. It also involves changes in all aspects of rural life, including technology, economics, social relations and cultural values. It was once said Isaan farmers lived their lives within the confines of their native villages, with their time horizon limited to the next crop, and their only aspiration for the future was being able to produce sufficient rice to keep their families alive. It is true that northeast Thailand is relatively a poor region because its rain-fed rice farming is so unproductive. Yields are low and unstable due to the poor resource base, infertile sandy soils, very limited availability of surface water, and unfavourable environmental conditions, such as the limited and erratic rainfalls. Despite these severe constraints, people in rural areas of this region have survived by employing time-tested environmental adaptations, especially reliance on a diversified livelihood portfolio. This adaptation minimises risk by avoiding over-reliance on any single source of income. This portfolio includes low input, limited labour and capital, and subsistence-orientated production of sticky glutinous rice to meet household needs, growing of upland crops such as cassava and sugarcane and such like to earn cash income. Heavily reliance on wild resources that can be collected from the fields, forests and streams, and then out mitigating to find new sources of income by working outside the region, and reliance in times of scarcity on a local safety net based on family and fellow villagers. Recently, however, there has been a major shift in the attitude towards education, which is reflected in the investment preferences of rural households. Typically, parents used to favour investment in land, hoping to increase their holdings to have sufficiently large area to be able to give to each of their children a farmstead when they became too old to work it themselves. Thus, they tended to pull their children out of school as early as was legally allowed, so they could augment household labour resources. Nowadays, parents prefer to invest in educating their children so that they can obtain non-farm employment in the cities that will allow them to support their elderly parents with remittances. These parents, most of whom have only a few years of primary education, definitely do not expect or want their children to return to farming after gaining their degrees. I hope you're still with me, enjoying the ride about and listening to what I have to say. I do have to say that while malnutrition and the prevalence of underweight and stunted children has greatly declined over the past 25 years or so, recent changes in diet and lifestyle have led to an explosion of obesity. An Isaan diet that formerly contained only small amounts of fats and sugars has been transformed by greatly increased consumptions of fast foods. You will now see nearly all village shops sell many high-calorie packaged snacks and soft drinks. At the same time as calorie consumption is rising, human energy expenditure in farming is declining as machines replace human muscle power. Furthermore, instead of walking, villagers use motorbikes to visit neighbours' houses, even if they're located close by. And of course, children spend much more time sitting in school and on their smartphones or the internet, and less time helping their parents doing chores than in the past. Then of course, associated with the increase in the number of overweight people is a rapid increase in the incidence of diabetes. It is now said that the northeast of Thailand has one of the highest rates of type 2 diabetes in the world. However, with all that I have just said, the underlying character of the Isaan people has not changed, and their willingness to take risks to find and exploit new resources is still highly valued. I suppose Isaan is like most anywhere in today's world, as it moves forward to make for better lives and standards of living. But like anywhere, it may not always turn out for the best. Only time will tell. To sum up then, with changes in agricultural technology and their practices have been accompanied by multiple changes in the rural social system, including human health, the nature of rural-urban interactions, distribution of age groups within the population, household composition and livelihood systems, community social organisations and cultural values, aspirations and a sense of identity. That is a lot of changes when you think about it. But like always, isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes until you look back and then you find everything is different? I remember returning to England in 2001 after some 11 or 12 years and noticing the changes in London, only to be told nothing has changed much since I was last there. I haven't been back to London where I was born since then, but I can see things have changed even more dramatically. Only to be told today it's still much about the same as when I was last there. This to me just proves that human perception is a very strange sense at times, as the ability to see a changing environment becomes more difficult while trying to survive in it, or in that of your own surroundings. Perception is the sensory experience of the world. It involves both recognizing environmental stimuli and actions in response to these stimuli. Once again, it just proves there's nothing more strange than people. I think we should all sit back and relax for a few minutes. Enjoy the ride while taking in the scenery, and of course, listen to the music. I do hope you have enjoyed the video so far and taken in what I have just said. I think I will wrap this video up for today, and if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Better still, leave me a comment, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching. Until my next video, it's a very goodbye from me. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Take care. Bye bye.